today is a time when I have to do my bike maintenance. What I mean by that, by required clean and lube the chain, also need to be washed and visual check all the components. It's not the service, it's in time. So basically we have to just, like I said, clean and lube the chain, wash the bike, visual check all the components. If nothing get loose, check the tire pressure, and basically that's it. Why would I do the force cleaning chain and after that wash? Because when I wash the bike first and then clean the chain, all the dirt will go at the back of the wheel. So basically, first I will just clean the chain. This is my setup for the service, like, you know, for the bike maintenance. I have a bike on the front wheel chuck and the rear stand, so I have easy access to all components, and the bike is really secure, doesn't move anywhere. That's why I like this setup. That's why this way I do the all maintenance, all the, like, you know, services on my bikes, oil change, everything. So what I usually do, I use the motorcycle chain brush, use the chain cleaner. You can buy in the 5 liters kind of buckets, and just brush the chain until all the dirt is removed. It's good to start when the chain is just connect together, so you know when you start it and when you finish, and just go around with the brush and brush it. So while you clean, as you can see, all the dirt will just splash over your back wheel and over the exhaust over your bike. So that's why I just clean at the beginning, and only afterwards I wash the bike. At the end, dry the bike, and then just lubricate the chain. And I will highly recommend you to do that cleaning, chain cleaning and chain lubricating. Something between 3 to 500. I wouldn't excess 500 kilometers without the cleaning and lubricate the chain. Why would you do that? Why? I tell you why. Because if you don't maintain the chain properly, if you don't look after it, chain will get dry, start gets rust, and while you drive, you will have all fully squeaky noises coming from the chain and sprocket. Also, the chain will just wear and tear much quicker if you don't look after it properly. And also, your sprockets wear and tear much quicker. So that's why it's very important. Just do that all job on regular basis. I know it just sounds quite ridiculous. Every 3 to 500 kilometers you have to clean your chain and sprockets, but that's what it is. Then when you decide that the chain is clean, use the chain cleaner and spray it all around. See the difference? Now your chain is silver and shiny, depends what your color of chain is. Also from the bottom. All the splashes. Then just wipe off excess of the dirt with the cloth. So now, when our bike is just with a clean chain, I'll remove it from the stand. Remove it from the front chuck. That mat is only just to protect the driveway. And now we can start wash bike. Don't use high pressure water, because what's gonna happen, you can just wash the grease from the bearing. So you, it's always like, lower pressure of water, and just be careful. Don't splash too much over the cockpit. I know it's just silly unit, but I heard from the cases from other people, not only necessarily from true owner, but sometimes water can go inside the unit and just cause any kind of troubles or damage. And then I use my power washer, and I use active foam to wash my bike. It's just easy. The foam is just melt all the dirt and grit, just like that. Over the wheels. So now let the foam do the job, leave it for a while, and then just wipe off. When the foam starts melt all that dirt and grease, I'll use my water and a glove, washing glove, and I start wipe off of my bike. Then I know for sure that everything is just nice and clean. See, at the same time, when I wash my bike, basically I touch all the bike components. I can feel at the same time if there's any loose of any part, because there's a chance while you're riding some bolt can start get loose. So now is the time when you actually physically can just check. Nothing worse than just dry bolt sticky on your bike or helmet. Loads of books. See, when those small bastards just dry up, it's very hard to remove them. So now, when you're happy, just rinse off all excess of the foam from your bike. Again, low pressure of the water. And now it's time to dry up the bike. I don't like just leave it bike wet. I don't like any water sitting on my bike for a long time. That's why I just use the combination of very thick drying towel and compressor. If you don't have any compressor, you can use like, Hoover, or even the towel will do the job. So again, I'm gonna put my bike on the choke and stand. Then I can spin my rear wheel. Now I'm gonna drive chain. I like to degrease my brake discs. go around your chain, because chain, it's not in the same way all around. You have some spots when it's tighter than the other places. So make sure it's not too tight and not too loose. Go to the tightest spot and then you can measure. This chain is pretty much still in great condition. I can feel it. So I know, without even just taking my tool and measure it, I know for the fact it's just great condition, and it's not too loose and it's not too tight. So my next step is, I usually take a piece of cardboard and just try to squeeze it between the chain and a real wheel. Why? Because when I already wash my bike, when I start lubricate the chain, I don't want any splatters, splash excessive of chain loop. So shake well of your chain loop, go to the spot. Well, like I said, I like to start when the chain is connected, then I know exactly when I start and where to finish, and just with smooth moves start lubricate, not excessively, not too much, but just from inside of chain. And now, as you can see, the piece of cardboard protect our wheel from get splash. And as you can see, we already complete the task. I usually remove that cardboard and move the wheel all around in direction, and the bike is just drives. And let's drive for like 10 minutes before you start riding, at least 10 minutes. So now all the lubricant goes into the O-rings, goes around your front sprocket and rear sprocket, and you have an even coat of your lubricant around the chain. And then if you splash it, just wipe off and job done. Just have a look how nicely and how clean is this chain now. See, like I said, I'm always start from that point, then I know when I started and when I'm finished. Look, it's beautiful, nice light coat. So next step, what I will do is check the pressure of the front and rear tires. So remember, always check the pressure on the cold tires. So look enough, Truth gave us lovely 90 degrees bended valves. So all you have to do, just connect your pump, check the pressure, and it's 2.9 bars. And now we know it's safe. See, always check your tire pressure, because if it's too low or it's too high, very quickly your tire is going to be damaged, and also there's no nice feeling. Could be too bumpy or too saggy. So that's why you have to check your tire pressure on a regular basis. On the front tire, it's supposed to be 2.3 bars. Same thing, connect your pump, 2.2. And this is the last part, which I usually do with my motorbikes when this is completely washed, clean and dry, chain is lube. I just put light coat of the wax on my paint parts. Doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be this one, which is molten. You can use any one. I don't put usually on the seat, because what I find out, if I put on the seat and if I wear the leather suit, usually I'm slide off. Let it dry for a while, and when it dries up, polish, and that will give you nice shiny effect.